And we're back with another episode of Pokemon Liquid Crystal. We're here in Leaf Base City, the very last city in the game. So before I do what I'm going to do and talk about what I'm going to talk about, I'm going to do the complimentary exploring of the city. No, let's not go north just yet, but hopefully we will be going north this episode. I would like to explore these houses first. Hello. Criminals have been spotted in the area recently. I'm making making sure nobody's suspicious is letting me through the gate. I don't know what that was. He stuttered with incorrect speech and that made me stutter. I don't know what the hell just happened. That's a very strange anomaly. What is this place? Shopping centre. I have no interest in shopping. I assume there's nothing in there. And at any rate, I don't care. I talked to that guy last time. Let's go in some of these houses. Isn't this a nice place? No. There's no beds. There's no fridge. Shame we don't have a working Pokemon gym anymore. This is not a nice place. You have a TV and a bookshelf, and that's about it. You need to furnish this place, man. This town is famous. It was the first town to have an official surf gate. Now every island has one. What the hell is a surf gate? I assume it's what that guy was guarding. Hello? Jin's house. Oh, is that the gym leader, apparently? Ah, well, if this isn't the Fashu. I knew we'd meet again sometime. Thanks again for the help back on the Undersea Express. I truly enjoyed watching you fight that Kyogre. You see, the gym next to this house used to be my gym. But they threw me off the Orange League and bought on some newbie. I would go off to Sunburst Island and teach him a lesson. Too bad I can't be bothered. Yeah, I know that feel. It's good to see you're doing good, Nefashu. Perhaps we can catch up sometime. Isn't that what we just did? Not catching up with you again. You sound like an asshole. Right, so this gym... You can't yet talk to you. What, you said the same thing as that last guy? Okay, so that gym is not going to open for this entire game. Let's see what's at the surf gate. What the hell's so special about it? Using this surf route, you can get over to Sunburst Island. The surf route is closed until further notice. Oh, well, that was the surf gate, everyone. And that was, see, a shopping centre, I'm going to assume there's nothing in it. And there's no point, because we're so close to the end of the game, there's just no reason to do it. So I guess we're going to head north here on Route 51. The last route. By the way, off screen I looked at the Rocket warehouse. Ooh, an item. The Rocket, like, on the game, whatever that was. It seems like a mini game, and again, I'm not going to spend my time doing it. No, hello. Damn, I need some fresh air. Being with that madman Zane is exhausting. Hey, who are you? You want a piece of me, huh? What's that? Battle? No, I didn't say that. Bring it on, punk. Go ahead, punk. Make my day. And I will do just that, Nexus Grunt. With your slacking. A lot of people seem to own these days for some reason. Oh, and it's raining and I have Bill out. That could not be better for me. Surf! Yeah! So anyway, more Pokemon stuff has been released. And I feel like I should talk about it. I know that last episode I did briefly talk about it, but I didn't know the names of the Pokemon for one thing, because it was like 2 hours old, the information. So I feel like I'll go over that information again very briefly, and then I'll go to the new stuff. It's mostly just new Pokemon. Oh, Corsola. This is a job for Ganj. So yeah, going back on the new 2 Pokemon I mentioned last time, the weird draconian bat is called Noivern. Its name, I assume, is a combination of noise / wyvern, which would make sense. And it's dragon flying, and apparently knows a move called Boom Blast, which is basically just a normal type earthquake. And that is no bad thing. It looks pretty cool as well. I'm loving that more footage of the game is being released. It looks really good. And I must say, well, actually, I'll say that later in the game. First, let's explore this manor. Old mansion. Oh, with the music. Do I have repels up? I don't think I do. We'll find out, though. I'm all the way at the bottom. So, yeah, and the other one, the bug flying type, was called Vivillon. Not that much is known about it just yet. But it does look cool. I quite like it. Its wings are sort of like disco-ish. I don't know. I get that feeling of like flashing neon stuff. I don't know. But it looks cool. I think it's the regional bug, and I'll go into that bit more in a second. But, when was it? It would have been this morning and later, because I'm recording this on Wednesday, and you guys will see this on Saturday, so it'll be a bit out of date. Oh boy, there's some guys here. Well, guess I'm battling these guys. So, yeah, there were 3 new Pokemon this morning. The first is Skrelp, the water seahorse. Well, actually, no, it's sort of like a seahorse. The name has kelp in it. Well, Skrelp, kelp. It looks pretty ugly, but I think that is the point, and that makes me like it, if that makes sense. It's supposed to be a bit ugh. And I think it might even be something like a Magikarp or a Feebas, where it evolves into something amazing by the standards of the game, anyway. But we'll see. That's a water poison type, I seem to remember. And then there's another water type that was announced, which was, what's its name? Clauncher, that's it. It's like a blue crab. One of its claws is bigger than the other. Kind of looks like Zoidberg, but blue and a crab. Let's put Fluffles up in front. Fluffles and Piney. Friends forever. Don't disturb us. This is an important meeting. And there's a long-ass table you're talking across. Probably easier for you to stand next to each other, but okay. Yeah, evil scientist. Oh, what a classification that is. Another Tauros, really? Okay. That thing has Intimidate, I know. So yeah, there was that water type. That thing that's cool. I like the crab very much. And then the third one that was released is Talonflame, which is a fire-flying bird, which is the evolution of Fletchling, which is, as far as we know, might be wrong, but as far as we know, the regional bird. So that's new. For the regional bird to change from normal flying to something else. That's pretty cool. I enjoy that very much, and it does look really awesome, I must say. And the point I was going to make earlier is that I think, honestly, the standard of Pokemon that have been released so far have been better than the standard of Pokemon from last generation, in terms of appearance, and perhaps even Generation 4, in my opinion anyway. With maybe 1 or 2 exceptions that still look good but maybe aren't great. I don't know, it took me a while to get used to Sylveon, but now that it's like a fairy type, I can excuse that. And I'll get more into my... felt like I didn't really explain the fairy type that much, so I'll do that more after I talk about the 4 new Pokemon that were released from the Koro magazine. Still don't know if that's how you pronounce it. So there are 4 new ones that are only in format on the page. There's no... well, there is Sugimori art, but it's not like standalone art. The first one was... well, actually, the first 2 were actually the first and the basic and the middle stage forms of what Vivillon is. So Vivillon, the bug flying type, is the final evolution, as it were. I don't know the names of these other Pokemon, so I'll just show them. Although actually the name of one of them was released, I think, on all other language versions of the Pokemon main website, but not the English one. I don't know how that makes sense. Like the first form is like the buggish, greyish bug thing, and then it evolves and gains some sort of white cocoonish stuff, I guess. I guess that's what it is. And there's 2 others. One of them is a normal fire-type lion. It looks almost like a Beanie Baby of sorts. But I like that they're pairing the normal type with other types. I mean, they have always done that, but it's mostly been with flying, and very rarely with other types like Psychic and Water I can think of, and Grass. But now we've got Electric Normal and Fire Normal, which is pretty cool. And then the 4th one is some weird fairy type Pokemon, and it sort of attaches itself to flowers and safeguards the flowers. So you'd think it would be fairy grass type, but whatever, it might be still, but I don't think so. But I want there to be a fairy grass type, and I'll go back into the fairy type now actually, because I said I was going to. I'll honour that. See, when I first heard of the speculation, I don't know what it is about just the name Heart or Fairy type rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know, it seems like something that I can't really describe it. It seems like a better name for the type could have been thought up. But actually, now that it's released, I honestly have embraced it surprisingly quickly. I think the main reason is just the fact that there is a new type at all. And there was like a video released earlier of a conference of some variety that the Pokemon staff made, explaining, and someone asked like information about the fairy type, and then their reasonings was basically as I said, that they said that they liked the type cycle as it was, and they like to keep things balanced, but they realised that maybe dragon types were overpowered, or at least had an advantage. Because they do neutral damage to everything except steel, which is a bit ridiculous. Oh, and dragon. It's super effective against dragon. So the whole reason fairy exists really is to sort of balance things out more, and especially against dragon types. Which I have nothing... I love that reasoning. That is the reason you want a new type, not just for the sake of it. So it's good. And I don't know, the name Fairy bugged me at first, but then it's sort of, I suppose it's about as ridiculous as the dragon type. So it's fine. And I'm now looking forward to what fairy types will, like, I mean, we have Marill, Gardevoir and Jigglypuff as fairy types now, as well as their original type, so I'm wondering what else will be. I'd imagine Clefairy would be, it's the fairy Pokemon as well, and there'll probably be other things. I mean, there was already that new fairy type that I mentioned a minute ago. I'm hoping there's a grass fairy type somewhere. That would be pretty badass. Do want such a thing like that. Oh, I think they got it spot on with the way that the type exists and how its function is. It's pretty exciting times. It'll make the games X and Y seem like a kind of new experience in a strange way. Not by much. I mean, it already is fairly revolutionary with the whole 3D thing. And as a new type, it's not like... I mean, as good as Pokemon Black and White were, and Black and White 2 are some of my favourite of all of the Pokemon games. Piney, you're not going to be able to beat this Absol very quickly, so we'll just Egbert. What was I talking about? Yeah, as good as Black and White were, the mechanics were still kind of the same. Oh, that was another thing I need to talk about. There were some new mechanics announced. There was the... what is it? It's not Horde Battle, or it's... I don't know, but there were 5-on-1 wild encounters. Those look a bit insane, and that would be interesting when it comes to, like, a Nuzlocke challenge or something. And then there was Sky Battles. I don't know how they're going to work, but you can only use flying or levitating Pokemon in them. I don't know what the mechanic for that is, but we will find out in due time. So yeah, I think the 5th gen games changed the mechanics for the least of all the games so far, and that by no means makes them bad games. They're great games. And of course they did the whole moving sprite thing first, and so many other good new things, but just the battle mechanics were still fairly similar to 4th gen, I say. I mean, 4th gen had a pretty big change, obviously, of physical special split. And then 3rd gen had abilities and natures, and 2nd gen had genders for one thing, and breeding and such things as that. So yeah, exciting times. I wonder if there'll be... I don't know if that's all the news we'll get, and that's a lot of news that we've got, so I'm not going to complain if that's all we get. But man, I'm curious if Pokemon Smash has anything this weekend. I think most of the information will just be the same, which you expect. But sometimes they pull 1 or 2 new things out of the air. That's pretty cool when that happens. Hello. I wonder if I can access my Facebook. No, I don't think so. Hey you, you're not better be here. Or I could have fraped someone. I've only ever fraped one person in my life, and I probably wish I hadn't done it. I was at... this was at university, and I'll use Bill again, why not? I was at university, and some guy had left his Facebook logged in the computer room, and so I thought, well, this guy asked for it. I made a message along the lines of, I don't usually do frapes, but I suck dick or something. I did something like that. And then the guy came back, and then he was like, oh, who did this, to like his mates? And he came over to me, and I was like, oh god, what have I just done here? And he's like, did you have anything to do with this? And I was just playing like innocent, like, no, I've just been doing work. Which I was doing. It only took me like 2 minutes to do the frape, but yeah. I'm not getting on his bad side. He was a very angry person. But hey man, he asked for it. Hopefully... Oh, he won't care now. No, he probably will care. Probably shoot me or something, I don't know. Hopefully I'll never find out. So yeah, that was the only Facebook rape that I've ever done. I've never been fraped myself. Yet. I tend to be fairly... I wouldn't say intelligent, but I tend to be aware of what I leave open. I talked to you, didn't I? Energy root? I don't need that. Have we faced with the guys here? I think we have. I guess we're going downstairs now. Oh man. So I just talked about a lot of things. And... Oh, more scientists. I wonder how big this place is. I'm trying to get through here in this episode. Because I think this is the very last place. The very last place in the game. Intruder! And that is crazy. Man. As I said, this is what, episode 100 and... Wait, is this 104 or 105? I can't remember. It's something like that. We've been with this game since July of 2012. Back then, I had a very, very low amount of subscribers, and it's not like I have many now, but definitely at least 5 times more than I did back then. And I had a terrible headset. I had an inferior version of this recording software. It's just crazy to think how many other playthroughs I've played alongside this game. I've been through 2 Minecraft Hardcore modes, 4 Minecraft Ultra Hardcores. I've been through Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. I've had some Happy Wheels going. I did Portal 2. What else have I done? I've did a bit of Civilization 4, which, by the way, I'm planning on going back on doing that. I've had other things doing this time, and I think I'm still crippled by that last time. Actually, I've been playing oh god, it exploded. I've been playing a lot of Civilization 5 lately. I used to play the crap out of that game, as some of you might know. That What's My Civilization 4 series. And I stopped for a bit, maybe because I got too addicted, but also it doesn't run the best on my computer. But I started playing it again with some mates, and now I'm doing it single player again. And yeah, it's really, really addictive. As some of you may already know. And again, I would do a playthrough of that. But as I said, it runs really slow. And it would just not be very beneficial and not work properly. And it's just not happening. If I had a better computer, I would do it. And if I get money from a job, which by the way, now... Well, I might as well explain what's happening with my work situation. Man, I'm covering all sorts of topics today. So I'm on work experience at the moment. It's sort of advertising from a media agency, but it's also, as I found out today, also very much to do with event planning and organising, which is definitely something I can do. So it's got a whole lot more interesting, and I'm doing alright so far. I obviously don't want to go much into stuff that might be confidential, but if it goes well, I might get a job at the end of it, so there you go. That'd be nice if that happens. That means I can afford a Nintendo 3DS, and then buy Pokemon X and Y. Well, I won't get both of them. Initially. Probably end up with both of them eventually. I mean, I have Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. I only have White and White 2 though. I don't have Black or Black 2. But actually, it would probably help if I got that. But again, I don't have the money. But I would get them. Just because I don't want to restart either White or White 2. Because they both have done a lot of it. I'm more likely to restart White 2 than White. But we'll see. If I had the money, I'd just buy Black 2. It's kind of nice. That's not even the way I think that... what would it be, Game Freak intended on you having multiple games for, but it works for me, and I have 2 DS's because my first one had a cracked screen, and so I got another one, but actually it helps me because now I can trade with myself, because I'm lame and I don't have many friends that play Pokemon. Well, at least that used to be the case. Now I actually know quite a few people that play Pokemon, and I'm sure at least one of them is watching this very video right now. Oh no, that's why even defeat Bill. Oh man, defeat by a Fire Blast of all things. Oh man, this is not a good situation. Let's use Egbert, I guess. But if Egbert fails, I have 2 things weak to fire. And I'll have to rely on Go Away. No one wants to do that. Hopefully, Egbert's Thunderbolt should be enough. I've just been cruising through this, not really been paying attention to what these guys are saying. But by now, I don't think it matters. If there's a cutscene, I'll talk about that, but these guys spout the same nonsense. I've seen enough recycled scripts. Oh, we only have 2 Thunderbolts though. I've seen enough recycled scripts to not care anymore. Well, no, it's not I won't care, it's just that I'm not really dedicated to paying attention to it when I had so much to talk about today with all the new Pokemon and stuff. Another Tauros. Right, we'll stay in with Egbert. Taking a risk here. There's only been 2 grass types announced so far, and that's Chespin and Go-Go. And being the grass type meaning that I am, I can't wait until they go explain some more. There've been 3 fire types, though. There's Talonflare, then you've got Fennekin and the weird panda that currently I think only has a Japanese name. I wonder for how long though. I think maybe they may have even announced the English name by the time that this video is up. And all this is old, well, not old news, but it would have been at least a few days old. In fact, at the time of recording, my first video of the fairy type hasn't even gone up yet. I'm doing this because I don't think I will have the time to record the day before when it gets to when this is up, which is Saturday. By Friday, I won't have access to this internet. And I want access to this internet because it's good for uploading. But whatever. I wonder how much this does. Okay, 2 more strengths. Use your strength, Egbert! Yeah. This might... this is the last guy I saw down this stretch of the road. Uh-oh! Come on, Egbert. Strength it to death. Why did I get rid of Dynamic Punch? 2 of my Pokemon no strength. That's so stupid. It's okay, Egbert's level 81 now. Man, I have 3 Pokemon above level 80, and the rest are not even at like 77 yet. I don't know what's going on there. So I believe up here. Okay. Mr. Black. Alright, settle down. Mr. Z, or Mr. Z, sorry, I'm English, I have to say it correctly. Mr. Z would like to say something. Yes, thank you. In front of you are the individual parts for the operation, detailing what each of you do. No, it just looks like a Pokeball to me. We move out right now, so get to it. Oh, man. Hello. You're too late, meddler. Why do they all look the same? I want to know why now, but the game wins before I find out. This isn't some hero's tale where you hear all of my plan and arrive just in time to stop me. It has already started, so I wash my hands of you. Oh, well, hot dog. Just give up. He won't. What the hell? I'm sorry it has to be this way. What did you just do? Can I... Oh, God! Oh, man. Well. Fancy that. We got kicked out. How rude. And you know what? That is the last thing. Except it isn't just yet. But we're so close to the end of this playthrough, guys. 1 more episode. Thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you in the last episode. Toodles.